Hello, my dear friends. Hold on, let me amp up the light a little bit here. Ring light action. How are you? Hi. So happy Friday. I am fresh from a workout, which is why my face is all nice and flushed. It was an awesome workout. Felt so good. Hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I'm so proud to serve you here today in the Rock Your Life community. Thank you for being part of this amazing group. It's my honor to be here with you. My name is Aleandra. I'm a life and business coach, and it is my mission in the world to help powerful women such as yourself find the sweet spot between your ambition and your intuition so that you can really live a life with drive and also with your own divine wisdom. And that's a journey that I'm on, and it's a journey that so many powerful women in the world are on today at this time. And I think it's there's a sense of this amazing awakening of divine feminine leadership and how we stand in our power from a more intentional place, intuitive place. Hey, Monica. Hi, nice to see you here. Oh, thanks for popping in. Speaking of powerful women, good friend from Miami, Monica, she's amazing. So today we're wrapping up this week of where I've given you topics every day all around how to balance all the things. It's a question I get asked all the time. How do you do it all? How do you find energy to do it all? And I find it interesting because I don't necessarily see myself that way. Like, I know I do a lot, but of course there's always more that I could do. Raise your hand if you're feeling me. You know, we can do all these things and then there's always more. So today is a really important day because we're gonna talk a little more deeply about mindset. And that's a word that gets thrown out a lot, like, oh, manage your mind, and it's all about mindset. So today I wanna break it down so that we're really clear on what this whole thing about mindset is. I invite you to check out the videos I did Monday through Thursday. We talked about clarity, we talked about processes that can help you in your life. I call it the framework, so that you have the energy to create more things. We talked about support, how to receive support, and yesterday I talked about resilience. And yesterday's video was a good one. So if you watch one of them, watch yesterday's. I promise you're gonna get lit up. And so today, I'm really, really jazzed to talk about mindset because this is the foundation. This is really what's at the heart of how we live an intentional life by design, not by default. Remember, life is either living you or you are living your life. So life is either happening to you or you are designing it intentionally. And the way we design it intentionally is with both strategy and intuition. It's marrying those two parts of our being, right? It's the doing, the things that we do, and then the being, who we are, what's in our divine wisdom, what we unlock within that, the information that we're not getting externally, right? So a lot of the doing is in response to what's happening externally. Those are the tangible things that you can do. So what you do in your life, what you do in your career, how you raise your kids, the doing piece, right? But then there's the being piece, which is who you truly are. Your authenticity, your commitment to yourself, your self-care, your, that self-acceptance. All of those things are really the fuel, and all of that is tied to mindset. I'll tell you, yesterday I had a day that was a total roller coaster. It was like, literally, like, number one, I got my period yesterday, so, there's that. And I had, from the morning, it's like I woke up feeling great, and then I had like a setback. My husband and I had a setback. We cleared it out, we communicated, and then during the day it was I felt like I was breaking through certain things in my business that I was creating, and then also in like breakdown over other things. And then towards the evening I started to shift into, okay, well, I know this is all mindset, this is what I talk about all the time, so how do I nurture, how do I shift? And the ways that I shift are a couple of ways that I'll give you some tangible examples will help your mind, because our mind wants something to do. So when we say mindset, it's like, well, I don't know, that's kind of vague. So it starts with giving your mind something to focus on. And one of the best things that you can do is actually be generous to someone else. So when you're in a funk, or when you're in a place where it's like, oh, I really need to get my momentum going, it's reach out to someone else that might be lifted by your support. And what that does is it automatically just shifts your energy. So it begins to raise your vibration, and then you are able to take more momentum into the things that you want to create because you supported somebody else's energy. So I hope that makes sense, and let me know if that lands for you. The other way to really clear your mindset is to have an uplifting conversation with someone else. So who is in your support system? Who is in your tribe? Besides reaching out in generosity to someone else in whatever way that might mean for you and might lift you, reach out and just have an uplifting conversation. When you think about the conversations we have on a daily basis with people, what are we talking about? Not much that's like, truly what's going to get our mind going in a positive mental space. So we talk about, unfortunately gossip, and we talk about what's going wrong, and we talk about how crummy our job is, and we talk about the weather, and we talk about, all the small talk. And it's like, how can we shift to have conversations with people that uplift us? Go a little bit deeper, and don't be afraid. I find that many people maybe want to go deeper in conversation, but then they're afraid of being judged, because then they're like, oh, well, why is she talking about something that's different? Why is she shifting the conversation outside of gossip or outside of, something that's just, doesn't really support? So be willing to stand for what you want to talk about. Be willing to generate a conversation that will get you and the other person in a positive mental state. And that's a beautiful way to shift your mindset. So yesterday I had an opportunity to connect with one of the women who I mastermind with in a coaching program. And we talked about our goals. We talked about what we're up to. We talked about, her coaching program. We talked about my coaching program. And it uplifted both of us right away. And it shifted where I was. So that was a beautiful way to do it. And then the other way to shift your mindset, honestly, is to make a decision intentionally that you want to live your life from a different space. Knowing what's possible. Knowing what you can really, really create. I'll tell you that yesterday I had this, it's an aha moment that I have time and time again around how powerful our mind is. At the end of the day, I said to my husband, I said, you know what? This day was all over the place. It was like all over the map for me. Totally a roller coaster. And at the end of the day, I said to him, babe, I keep realizing every day more and more how this whole business of creating an amazing life is all mindset. It is all mindset, ladies. And to my fellow entrepreneurs out there, especially for you guys, if you resonate with, you're either an entrepreneur or you have an entrepreneurial mindset, which many of you do, even if you work in another kind of job, for all of you guys that resonate with being an entrepreneur and being a self-starter, mindset is everything. Like everything. Seriously. Because you can do all the things and you can have all the mechanics in place, but if you're not clear, if the conversation you're having with yourself does not resonate with a space of growth and a space of possibility and a space of expansion, then you're not gonna go there. You're not gonna move there. So that's why it's so pivotal to watch what we say to ourselves. Mindset is what's the inner dialogue? And what's the dialogue, if any of you like me speak to yourselves during the day, what's your inner dialogue and what's your outer dialogue? When you cross a mirror, what do you say? Are you beating yourself up? Are you judging yourself for certain things? And this shows up in super sneaky ways. Think about every time you judge someone else for a certain behavior, it's actually a reflection of you. So it's a beautiful space of becoming aware. I call it becoming a detective of awareness. When you're in that space, you open up to becoming a detective of awareness, then you're like, oh, okay, that triggered me in that person. I'm kind of judgy about that. What does that reflect within me? And it gives you an opportunity to identify it, to become empowered, and to clear it. And if you need support with any of that, that's why I'm here. That's why I want to teach you the tools to clear those beliefs, those blocks, those things that are keeping you from having a mindset that will support this incredible growth in your life like you've never witnessed before. With joy, with freedom, with commitment, with going for what you say you want to do, with following through. I call it being a woman of completion, being a woman who stands for her truth, being a woman who speaks freely, who speaks wisely, who knows and trusts in her divine inner wisdom, who is in touch with it, who responds to life and doesn't react to life. When we react to life, we're basically in a victim mode. When we respond to life, we are in a responsible mode. We know that we create the reality around us. And this is all I'm so passionate about it because this is the true work of transforming your life. And if you find yourself now in a space where either you are like, you know what, my life could be so much better than this, then listen up, let's do it. Or you're in a space where you're like, you know what, my life is great, but there's a little voice inside of me that says that there's something more. Honor that something more. It's not that you're being ungrateful. You get to celebrate your amazing life, be grateful for your life, and also honor that voice that says, there's something more. I'm not quite fulfilling my potential. Listen to that. I hear you. That was me for a few years. I had a great job. I had a great marriage. I had all of these things were just great. And inside, I felt like there was something more. I was not living to my full potential. I wasn't honoring something within me that was calling forth so strongly that I could not shut it up. I tried and I journaled and I this and I that. And it wasn't until I got deliberate about really designing the life that I loved that things began to shift. And I began to understand the power of truly intentionally creating your life. Not just living it, but intentionally creating it. And that's what I want for each of you. That you wake up truly jazzed, truly excited, truly lit up, on fire, and feeling passionate about your life. And this doesn't have to look like every day is like, oh my God, fireworks. No, days are normal. We work, we play, we take care of kids. I just potty trained my son, it's like, it's life is life is life. But my life now reflects this whole different reality and whole different vibration of my energy that I was not experiencing before. And I no longer have that thing right here in my solar plexus and my heart that said, Maria Aleandra, you are meant for more. You're not fulfilling your potential. Why? So if you're feeling that, if you're sensing that anywhere in your being, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. I would love to support you through that. Let me know if we could wave a magic wand and you could have any new shift right now. What would it be? What would it be? Because even by declaring it, you will make amazing things happen. So I will leave you with that. I hope you have an amazing Friday and a fabulous weekend. I will see you next week, and I'm wishing you all the best. And fire your life up, go rock your life, live with intention, live with ambition, live with intuition, and you're gonna have an amazing ride. All right, I love you all. Mwah! Adios!